have to sign for them, and you have to get permission to get one of these as you come in from any direction into Buffalo Lake. The problem, looting. They don't want to have something that causes pain twice. They had the tornado last night. They don't want to get hit with another problem tonight. So National Guardsmen and women, you've got law enforcement, and you have emergency management personnel that are allowed to be out with these wristbands. But even with this now, because of the new 10 o'clock curfew, those are the only people you're going to see out on the streets at this hour. Another thing that's going on here tonight, and you can probably hear in the distance the generators, they're trying to keep a central part of the town lit up. They had a community meeting there earlier tonight so that people have someplace to go if they need that kind of assistance. A lot of people, though, are staying outside the town with family members because, as you mentioned, there's not much here now in terms of power, well, there's none of it, and running water. But even with all that's changed in the last 24 hours to 30 hours for this town, one thing is so apparent, and that is the spirit of this resilient Minnesota town. Buffalo Lake, Minnesota, population 770, until a tornado did this.
This is pieces of our garage.
The rest is over there.
The roof is over there.
And now,
I don't even know half these people that are around
that's
here.
right, people by the dozens, Minnesotans true to form, coming to rescue neighbors in trouble.
And we looked over the edge and we've got like 25 people come walking across the yard and said, what can we do?
And there's a lot to do. The destruction missed few, certainly not this church. No matter, some of those Minnesota neighbors in nearby Hector will take in those parishioners until the church is out of trouble too. And of course, we are in the neighborhood tonight. You see this mobile home. This actually used to be some ways down the block. It moved here and just really was torn apart in this other person's yard and ended up doing quite a bit of damage when it hit this structure. Most of the destruction, though, can be found a little ways from here along Main Street, and the storm skipped neighboring Hector and Stewart, but it zoned in on 3 spots in Buffalo Lake: the post office, the Zion Lutheran Church, and a grain elevator. Tonight, many of the people who live here in Buffalo Lake gathered for a town meeting. I mentioned that briefly. Let's go now straight away to Reg Chapman. And Reg, I was talking about these red wristbands and the curfew.
Well, Harris, you're exactly right. I'm standing right off of Main Street, where the only sound that you can hear are the sounds of generators, and that's all because of that 10 o'clock curfew. Now, people are telling us that the curfew was basically put into place to stop looting and also to give townspeople here some time to get some sleep. Now, if you look at the debris that is around me here, people have been working together since sunrise, collecting parts of their homes and their memories here in piles to be collected at a later date. So as you can see, it has been a long day after the tornado for people here in Buffalo Lake.
So by tomorrow evening, you should have hot water back on again.
In a gymnasium crudely lit with generator power, hundreds of Buffalo Lake residents were given information about how city officials would go about restoring services. For more than 24 hours, they've gone without gas and electricity, and it may take time before everyone and every business is back online.
I know that this is kind of cumbersome. Please bear with us. We'll try and make it as palatable as we possibly can.
But it was outside that people continued to walk around this community, witnessing the destruction left behind by the twister.
I got on video here.
This home video shows how quickly the tornado formed, and it hit hard. And from the look of the damage, the twister yielded to nothing in its path, not the cinder block garage or this pile of sticks that used to be a home. Some say it may have touched down here. The force that was responsible for wrapping metal around a pole is also responsible for bringing neighbor to the aid of neighbor, taking care of one another. All say that's something a twister can never destroy.
Now, officials say that some residents here in Buffalo Lake could have gas in their homes as early as tomorrow evening, but they say it can take quite a while longer before electric power is restored to the homes here in Buffalo Lake. Harris, back to you.
All right, Reg, thank you very much. Now, another thing that people are looking for is some monetary relief in all of this, and Governor Tim Pawlenty was here today to talk about how they might see some federal aid, and he also took a first-hand look at the tornado's destruction.
Minnesotans rally around each other in these tough times. They'll do it again here in Buffalo Lake.
And Pawlenty does plan to seek that federal aid I mentioned, but says emergency aid will help stabilize the city for now at least. The state sent National Guard troops in to help direct traffic and stand watch in some areas, and I mentioned they're also in charge of giving out these red wristbands to know exactly who's in town. People here say the storm warnings gave them plenty of time to take cover. In fact, they credit the few injuries that there were and the fact that there were no serious injuries or deaths because of the tornado, with the fact that those sirens went off. It seems like everybody you talk to here has an incredible survival story, and that part of our coverage now, let's go over to Todd Baer. Todd?
Harris, removing debris like this from streets and backyards has been an ongoing effort all day long. I'll tell you, all over town there are inspiring stories of courage and strength, of people banding together to put lives back together, and each one of those stories is unique in its very own nature.
Such a happy day, a fun day, and
it was wedding bells for Bob and Amy Fleeflet last Saturday. Tonight, it's the dreaded sounds of recovery.
But I wanted to take the shed down anyway, so.
It's pretty emotional though, because we just moved here.
In a matter of minutes last night, the Buffalo tornado took part of their roof, all of their shed, and their garage.
We just stayed together and just waited till it was over.
But it's pretty scary. It's never happened before. So.
And within a matter of hours,
they'd be there for us.
A small army of family members responded to help in the cleanup.
My mother-in-law, father-in-law, my wife's aunt and uncle.
Bob's dad ran the forklift that did most of the heavy lifting.
And that's what family is. That's what family.
Uncle Leonard pitched in, as did Aunt Lana. Enough memories for some additions to their wedding album.
They should be on their honeymoon having a good time celebrating.
Well, that's on hold for the moment.
Part of life, as they would say.
Tonight, they're just thankful for lives not lost.
Things happen, and if we stick together, we'll make it.
And making things tougher for these newlyweds, they settled into the home last month. Their first payment is due on July 1st. Harris, back over to you.
All right, Todd, I'm standing on a welcome mat that went to a house that was probably 2 football fields away from here, just to show you how far the destruction or the debris has traveled in this town after a tornado blew through here, or during that tornado. And you know, everybody's eager to tell you what it was like for them, even the youngest members here in town, those youngest residents, and while they may not have very many words to describe it, they are important words. Trent, could you believe what happened last night? What was it?
A tornado.
It was a tornado?
It sounded like a bang.
Wow! It did all that?
Yep.
Randy, live from Buffalo Lake tonight with many stories of survival and what it was all like to survive that tornado. And thankfully, no one seriously injured. They have their work ahead of them, though, cleaning up.
And a good sense of what's important, it seems like.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Harris. Well, tornadoes hit the Minnesota nice nerve. If you're thinking, how can I help? Officials in Buffalo Lake say the best thing is to stay away for now. They have enough volunteers. That could change in the coming weeks, though. The American Red Cross is accepting donations for the people of Buffalo Lake. We also have relief fund information on our website at KSTP.com. First, the heavy rains now flooding that's threatening dozens of homes tonight in Albert.
Kayla White survived a lightning strike Monday afternoon, virtually unscathed. Carol 11's Ken Speak has her amazing story.
It's like forever in your eyes what you saw that second.
It is hard